G'day everyone, welcome back to the shed. Had a little issue last night on the live stream where when I was doing the live stream the video was jumping around, or it seemed to be jumping around. So after a bit of soul searching and looking and troubleshooting, I found that I flicked on a tab which allowed local recording to the computer or something like that, and that really threw a spanner in the works. I also made a video just before of some deep hole drilling on the lathe, which we'll go over and have a look at. And it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, so because it was just too jerky and jumpy. So essentially what I did was, right, let's get these and show you exactly what we did. So these are the new shafts for the planetary gears on the differential, which I've talked about before. And this is our drill. It's a 3.5mm drill. It's about, I've gone in about 100mm deep. So I've gone this far into the shaft. The whole idea is I'll come in here and I'll put another hole in here, is to allow oil to get in here and get a bit of extra lubrication on the shaft or on the planetary gears in the bearings, mainly because this is the old bearing out of the planetary gears, and on the new shaft you can see easily how much play there is, and that's just too much. So the theory is that hole's going to allow a little bit of extra lubrication. The planetary gear sits about here on the shaft, roughly. So I'm going to drill a hole, and it should turn out about the middle. The other thing that's got to be done on here, which I'll show, is we'll grab an old shaft. So here's the old shaft here, and we'll turn to the side. You can see the square that's got to be milled on here. That's copped a bit of pounding over time. This is mild steel of some sort. It's as old as the roller. I don't think they've been changed at all. It's original steel. So it's 98-year-old steel. You can see a flat has been ground on here to allow, maybe for the same idea, to get lubrication down there. I'll probably do this again. I'll just do it with the milling machine. I'll just put a 3mm flat on there so oil can get down there. Another way of getting lubrication onto that shaft. I'll keep that shaft for reference in the future. It's not going to be thrown away. But you get the idea. And the square is for when it's bolted in place, this plate goes on, which has got the square in it. I'll fix that up a little bit. It seems to have a little bit of play on it. And the nut that bolts on and holds everything in place. The other end has got a step down on it, as you can see, and that just sits in a cavity, hole for that, and it's held in place up the top there, and it's held in place quite nicely. This is 4140 steel, a lot tougher than the old one. I probably could have reused the old ones. I could have machined them down a bit, but both had seen signs of a bit of bending. So while we're down this far, it's time to just make new ones. I have been working on this a fair bit, on and off. A job like that, if I was in a jobbing shop and I could do it, I could probably make one of those, get those done in a day easily. But I've been on and off with other projects, as you can see. Life in general, work, all that sort of stuff. So that's where we're up to with those. Hopefully I can get those finished tomorrow, and on to the next bit. We'll be machining the bronze bearings for the planetary gears and pressing them in. I'll probably put some oil grooves in them. All the other bits and pieces, I'll show you, for example. This is one of the bearings out of the front rolls. Now, as you can see, there is signs of an oil groove. There we go. However, this bearing is well worn and a bit flogged. When we used to pick them up, the front rolls would flex, would move quite a bit. So when we pull that out, the shaft has signs of wear on it, so a new shaft is going to be put in place. Quite a few new things on the roller will be in place, but we're still using a lot of the old material on the lathe as well. So, excuse me, watch this space, and I'd just like to thank everyone for watching and your ongoing support during this project. If you do, like and subscribe, all that sort of stuff. Come and join us Thursday night for our live stream. And thanks, everyone. See you next time. Bye. Whistle.